Irish expat, born in Dublin. He moved to South Tipperary after joining the army, where he served as an infantryman for 7 years, then as a chef for 3. He's been in Perth for 11 years, working all over WA, and is now a food and beverage manager at the Royal Australian Air Force Association. On top of all of that, he's one in half of the team of the under-13s league winning management team at Yanchep United, where he coaches my youngest boy. Please welcome my good friend and coaching legend, Mark O'Toole.
How you doing, Mark?
How you doing, Mark?
There's an intro and a half, even though he said, oh yeah, give us a few lines, and I didn't know you'd use every single line I sent to you.
I used most of them, and I added a couple of extras in. I thought, you never said anything about Yanchep.
No, but there was a couple of lines added already. There's one thing you get wrong, and when you get my friend Morgan on here, I'm sure he'll have something to say about it, but the intro was one half of it. No, I'm 3/4 of it. And
if you're listening, Morgan, you need to come on and
come on and defend himself and all, but the main thing is that Morgan actually has a life. There's a big difference between me and Morgan. Morgan's just shy of 10 years younger than I am. Not married that long, has no kids, a dog, and is nice, free and easy. There's a big difference between that and divorced, 40, 3 kids. One of them just turned 18 last Saturday.
That must be a good
free
night,
and easy over the 10 years,
How did the 18th go last week, mate? It was good.
I haven't actually discussed it, which is, we had a quick chat before we started this, and I never actually asked what the rating is or what our quite demographic is, because some of the stories we'll be telling have...
It's the internet, we're fine. We've not got an explicit on their podcast yet, because Mark and I kept it clean the first episode. But
I know.
It's internet.
Yeah.
I cut some of the swearing out because Mark was...
I did listen to the first episode.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the first episode, so I don't know how many other people you've managed to drag in and go, hey, Chris, and everything else.
You're the first.
Really?
Yeah, you're the
first.
Ooh, look.
So you have the benchmark that everybody's going to have to try and meet me.
We thought if everyone's happy listening to an Englishman, Irishman and a Scottishman, and they can understand, then moving forward, it's going to be simple.
Well, I did. That was an ongoing joke when Alan asked me to go on. I was like, hey, come on. The only problem with a podcast with me and you talking is it doesn't come with subtitles. There's no treble 8, there's no C text, there's no nothing. You're not getting it, and it doesn't come in braille either. You're shit out of luck kind of thing.
Let's see how it goes. If it goes well and you get loads of hits, we'll video the next one and we'll put subtitles on it. Yeah, right. This is the format we wanted to get people in we like that are interesting and have a chat. And if the sort of the expats thing is just part of the draw to get people in to have a chat, because Mark and I, when we started talking to each other, you realise how similar you are, right? And then, the more you get to know expats and stuff, the more you realise that we're all similar. And that's the crazy thing for me, because we came here, I said in the first episode, actually, we tried to blend in when we first got here, right? And then you gravitate towards all these people that are like you, and it turns out most of them are expats. So that was the idea of the show. It's like we've noticed that being here so long, and the longer we're here, the more expat friends we've got, and it's not deliberate at all by any stretch of imagination. But I think further up where we are now as well, up here, there's a lot of palms up here, so it's probably easier to do it. Whereas when I lived in Belgium to begin with, so it was everybody's audience, so we never had that conversation. But it's interesting getting people in.
I found it a little bit different because we came over here, I think we had $5,000 to our name.
Yeah.
That's it. I literally punched my ticket in the army. Because I was saving out a contract, I was hedging back on, okay, if I get PR, we're going. So when I moved over, we literally got picked up from the airport, went back to the wife at the time, went back to her uncles who lived in Carrimer. I think we got back there early in the morning, and I had a phone job interview that evening. I borrowed his car the following day at a job interview then, and I had it in the morning, had one in the evening, and I think this was like on Tuesday or Wednesday, I think, something like that, when we flew in, coming into November, would have been November time. Went for another interview the following day, again, another one down the Swan Valley called Caversham House.
Oh yeah, that's nice to name it, yeah.
I went in there, I was talking to the head chef, really nice bloke. Again, he's from Richard Taylor, excellent chef. The last I heard, he was the executive chef for some super high important person with in Perth Convention Centre. That's where he was. Yeah. So he was the head chef there. We said, come in, we'll have a sort of like a job trial, a test day, whatever, blah, blah. I need another German chef there. Work with him. Like, super busy place, born out chefs like nobody's business. Yeah. Normally you only get like a year, maybe 2 years out of chefs there. Generally, if chefs enjoy it, they're there for 3 or 4 at least. This place just born through chefs.
Yeah, right through.
You're told,
it's really hard work.
Oh, you're
pushed.
Yeah. So your days off are Monday and Tuesday, or at that time, because I'm going back now 11 years. So he said, right, come down at, I think it was like 9 o'clock in the morning or something, and we'll give you a trial day, we'll see what you like and blah, blah. So, grand. We rocked up knives into the kitchen, met the head chef, went in, spoke to the sous chef, the German fella, got set up, done the day's work on it. I'm like, yeah, this is not too dissimilar to what you'd be doing, because that was one of my biggest fears coming over, going, I don't know what these people are going to be trying to, what do you want me to cook? I'm going to bleed in Australia.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I was on holiday there for a while, and when I was on holiday here, it was a case of just, I don't know if it was before we started recording or after we were talking about it.
Yeah.
So when we came over on holiday doing like that, a bit of a recce, I was looking up, after it was sort of hit up, going, oh, what do you think about moving over here? Kind of thing. It's like,
sprung it on you.
Yeah, I have no intention of bleeding. Hadn't crossed my mind. Do you know what I mean? Friends of mine would be going, I want to move to Canada. Like everybody else I couldn't know, or a lot of people I know, either in the army or not in the army, would be going, I want to move to America, get out of this shithole, I want to move to Canada, want to move to Australia, blah, blah. All the friends of mine came over here and it lasted like 6 weeks. That was 6 weeks. The brother came over here, he had a year-long visa, like barely lasted 6 months. And I'm going, well, what's the story? What's the issue? Like, it's fucking work, man. This is hard fucking yakka. Hard work. And I'm going, not really, it is, but like, suck it up, princess.
Yeah, it's got its rewards, isn't it?
Yeah. In fairness, it's taken a couple of years for any sort of reward to start. For me to be reaping any sort of reward, we'll put it that way. You're literally back to, like, you're not even on scratch. You're below scratch, because at least you built shit up when you're at home before you came over. When you come over with like a couple of grand in your pocket, you're renting out your house hoping that it'll pay the mortgage, and you're going, right, I don't have a car. I've got fuck all. I've got the clothes on me back till me stuff gets here.
Yeah.
I don't have money to have a rental yet, or I buy a car. So you buy a shitbox car, then you get a job, but you have to do this shit fairly rapid, or you're going, hang on, I'm out of money.
Yeah, that's
so
right. Yeah.
I'm panicking even getting off the plane, going, how many interviews can I line up in a day?
Was your wife working when she got here as well, Mark, or just you?
It was only me. I was only working because, well, I had the 3 kids.
Yeah.
And
they're young then, of course.
The youngest one was only, well, we got permanent residency granted very fast.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, I was sort of going, what? Hang on. But it costs a fortune. Nobody actually talks about how much it costs.
Did you use like a migration agent then?
But even without having to use one of them, you still had to send away all my qualifications, references, stat decks. There was just so much stuff. And because the army isn't exactly the fastest moving machine in the world by times, trying to catch somebody to sign off on certain documents is like, oh, come on, lads. So you'd actually try and hit up some of the officers, going, here, do us a favour, sign that. Do you know what I mean? Because I had to get a letter stating, because I was a member of the Defence Forces and I applied for residency, that I wasn't just doing a runner kind of thing. I wasn't just doing a bunk going, right, I'm out here. So I had to get a letter off the army saying, yes, he's now serving our contract on the proviso that if he gets PR, he's going there, or if he doesn't, he's signing on.
Do you know when you come on a recce about being here, do you reckon that was like pre-instigated, that she already kind of wanted to come here anyhow and just mention it when you got here, or it was just something she thought of when she got here?
It's like,
was it all planned, Mark? Do you think?
Yeah. It was like,
and you just find it
it's like, oh, bitch. So she got me right here, didn't you? It's like, and she go, oh, well, you could. And I think it was one of the main factors where I understood where, yes, I think she wants to move here is when I had he must have been, well, he turned 18 now, my 6-year-old boy, Anthony, and my daughter. The two younger ones run in going, we want to move to Australia. And it's going, you're taking the piss. So this is how you're telling me you want to move over here kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? The kids coming in going, oh, we have a great food. We want to move here. So, oh, yeah, awesome. Right, so I guess so I started looking at jobs and everything else while I was over here. No, man, I'm not kind of on too bad a wicket for chefs kind of thing. There's it's all right looking at it now. I think
it's when you do the conversion as well, because the money seems to be way higher, doesn't it? Just
I
because
was doing that straight off. Going, right, that's exactly how many euros. Yeah. Exactly how many euros the ground. That's how much rent is. That's how much this is. Yeah. That's how much this is.
What did you think when you got here, Mark? So I thought, Mark and I we've talked about it a few times, but the money, it just seemed to be ridiculous. So much more, probably maybe double what you could have made in the UK. But it's the cost of living's maybe slightly more, but it's all relative to what you're making, I think. But then you've got the advantage of the houses seem to be bigger. The sun's out all the time, the two big ones for me. Like more room for the kids to be in the house and more room outside for sunshine. And
I don't know what my mates laughing at me when I was bleeding coming over. They were going, dude, you didn't realise, you're going to the sun. You're ginger.
Yeah, I'm true ginger as well. Hey? When I've got hair,
gingers.
What, below the waist? Because there's no one left on top, dude.
Down there, it's proper.
The beard's a bit really? The Mrs. Boy, you want to be keeping that high and tight. It's called manscaping. Get them as a sponsor. Give it a bit of plug in there. No, man. You don't want to be wild and woolly down there, man.
That's not cool. For a sponsor.
It's not a good look.
No, but nobody even looks at it. But then there's a fine balance between manscaped and actually waxing.
Yeah.
Have either is actually waxed the whole lot?
Don't be silly, Mark. Come
really?
on, no. Goodness sake, I'm not waxing.
I've not waxed.
No, lads, come on.
I've shaved.
No, I've shaved. I've waxed. I've tried IMAC.
Right. Listen, we're on the topic. Let's go for it. What parts of your body you waxed in, Mark? Everything. You waxed the whole shooting match at some point.
Oh yeah, at some point. At some point or another, I've either shaved, waxed, plucked, pulled, bloody. Whatever you can think of.
Listen, our sponsor for this show is Tweez ER, right? We need to get him a set of tweezers for the plucking.
Oh no, not the waxing. To be honest with you, the plucking is the worst.
That sounds
that's the
it's like one at a time, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like what's that Chinese or Japanese where it's like death of 1,000 cuts kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever get like even okay, we may have to cut it out now, but do you ever get a ball sack pube caught in your zip? And then yank it.
I've caught my ball sack in my zip. I've never actually got a pube in it.
What's going on with you?
Mark, it's called fucking rushing to try and get the fuck back out.
I'm never that much a hurry, man.
Zipping up too quick.
But then you're a bit older than the rest of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. I take my time, but more precise about what I do with my zip because there's a bit of stuff in there what to protect. I mean, you've got to think, you've got to look after yourself.
I thought every man would have caught his bits in the zip at some point.
I've cut my balls, I've cut my foreskin, you name it.
I thought that only happened in movies, man. Do you think that?
Oh no, you're not talking about American Pie where the whole ball is on the outside, you zip around. You're talking about just a pinch, and that pinch is because you know when you notice it, you go to kind of adjust a little bit. You know the way you do, and you get the pull, and then you get the pinch, and then you go, oh god damn, that's not even pleasant. I seen the blood drain from Mark's large. Although we're not on camera, I was kind of going to go. I'm not getting too far behind you, and Alan's not too far, but you by far have the largest forehead of us all.
Yeah,
I'd say it's quite prominent.
It starts at the back of your head. Unfortunately, and I actually managed to see the colour drain from the back of your head all the way around when we actually started speaking about how painful it is to pull that out.
It makes you quite fortunate when you think you catch your foreskin in a zipper. Like you feel sorry for the foreskinless people.
I'm going to tell you what.
Can you imagine?
Can you
imagine? I've thought about that often when it happened.
That's why waxing is a bit better, and that's why you kind of go, all right. You've got pros and cons for everything. You kind of go, all right, waxing. Believe it or not, it's not that bad.
I don't believe it. That cannot be true.
If you've ever tried to shave your balls with an IMAC or with a Gillette.
I've never done that either.
You've never tried to shave your balls with a Mach 3?
No.
It's fucking dead hard because you have to pull it out, stretch it all the way out to try and not have any wrinkles. And then then you have to actually try and get it frothed up. And then you have to try and not slice the nuts off yourself.